Going live.
I'm gonna leave Hartenstein wallpaper up.
Okay.
You good, nigga?
Hold on, I'm trying to see. I don't even know if we're live or not.
I'm pretty sure we might be.
Check for me because I think I just lost it.
Yo, chat. Are we live? Are we live, chat?
Yeah.
Oh, we are? Let me see. Hold on. Better. Yeah, I think we're live. Oh, yeah.
Yo.
What up, people? Yeah, okay, Keith Walker says, yeah, we live. My bad. You know, see the way my technology, my Wi-Fi is set up. Yo, salute, Keith Watkins, salute to family, everybody, the organic fanatics. Late show today. We just did a little pop-up. Free agency is upon us. It is on.
Oh
You know what
boy,
it
do
is?
you sound horrible or is it me?
Do I sound horrible? I can't tell. No,
Is it
it's
me?
just I sound all right, I think. I sound all right. Yeah, let me know. We doing this freestyle from the phone.
Impromptu.
I think
Impromptu tough.
impromptu. I think I sound all right. Let me know. Give me a number one if I sound good, or number two if I need to put on some headphones or something. But I think I sound all right. I look crazy as hell on the TV. But nonetheless, it is a 2024 free agency. It is among us. It has started 6 p.m. It's going wild in the NBA. All the player movements is going to be crazy, especially this first 24 hours. Right now, OKC is meeting with Isaiah IHART, Mr. IHART himself. They're meeting at a remote location. They're trying to throw the bread at him. They're trying to bag him up and get him away from us. What are some of you guys' thoughts? I know we want IHART to stay. Do you think OKC is just throwing the bags and hitting them with a duffel bag of bread, or what?
I,
Man,
I
go ahead,
Head
Mike.
first.
Go
Head
ahead,
first.
Mike.
Well, okay. Thanks everybody for joining this impromptu TOF show. Shouts out to everybody in New York City, Knicks. So yeah, I would love to have Hartenstein stay. But if they give him the bag, he gets the bag. I would go for the bag. They could probably pay him twice as much as what we could offer him, maybe more. If they offer him 80 mil, that's something maybe we could probably match a little bit, and he should stay with us.
So I mean,
But I think the
so
players, I was watching the Roomies, the podcast with Jalen and
Roommate
Scott Hart.
podcast.
Yeah,
mhm.
did you guys watch that one?
Yep,
They had Mitch Rob.
yep.
It's kind of interesting watching it.
Now
It's kind of very.
Keith Watkins says he stays with us over Orlando and Detroit. So let me ask you guys a question. So you think if they don't offer him 100 million, like the big bag, if they don't throw the big bag at him, if they throw just a slightly above bag over New York, do you think that's something where he's like, nah, forget, I'm going to stay with New York,
Bro,
or you think it's enough for him to move? What you got, New Knicks?
bro, you
If they
gotta
offer
take
him
it.
100 mil,
You gotta take into consideration that he was a starting piece on the New York Knicks. And on top of that, we was one game away from the Eastern Conference Final. I mean, he knows what he sees is a championship team. You know what I mean? He sees a championship team. And if he look, I'm not gonna be mad if he chooses a bag over a chip. You know what I mean? But I think getting a chip would evaluate or surpass that bag that he's looking for.
Salute
But
to the chat.
I'm
Yeah.
salute
saying,
to the
look,
chat.
it sounded to me like when I was watching the podcast with Mitch, that Mitch Rob was defending Hartenstein when they were talking about the blocks in the
Well, why am I
podcast.
looking at your grill, bro? Why am I looking at your
I'm
grill?
sorry. I'm sorry. Thanks. But listen, and so what I'm saying is that I think that they should keep and come back with everybody. They should bring it back with everyone because Hartenstein was a good backup to Mitch, and Mitch has got his back. I think Mitch supports Hartenstein more than the other guys. It sounded to me.
So but that's
I think
yeah,
that the other
we
guys
agree
like
there, but
Mitch because of his blocking and his rebounding, but you can't deny Hartenstein's passing and 50-50 the way he hustles for the ball. And he
bro,
was
today
good. He was a good backup for Mitch Robb, and they should bring it back and accommodate him. Even the talks that they're talking about trying to trade McBride, to make more so that we don't go above the apron. But I think
they
that
ain't
we're
doing
well
it.
above the apron. And if they're gonna cut, they're gonna cut. But regardless, I think it's well worthwhile for all of us if we bring everyone back, including Hartenstein.
So today is a money day. Today is strictly business. That's all the who you want. Look, we all want them to come back, but it's strictly about paper today. Today is a paper day. Today is the only time. This is iHeart's first time hitting free agency. The first time being courted, where other teams, he can see what his true value is out there, and then he can weigh his options on there. He's never had it where you have another person that's out there that's trying to, you know move, basically get you to stay with whoever you're with. So it's about money for him right now. It's his future. He just had a baby. Him and his wife just started. They just got married last year. So I'm pretty sure he's looking for sustainability. Not only about money, but is he actually going to get a 4-year deal, a big contract to where he can stay on there? And OKC could give it to him, but let's say OKC gives him a little bit more money. Are you going to try to go to the West Coast where you're facing Jokic every time, you're facing Anthony Davis every time, you're facing all the top dominant centers, even though they made it last year, which was very close. But there's something that even if he's starting, he's going against the top elite players all the time on a regular basis. Or you
But
come back to a team. Go ahead,
But
go
that's the
ahead,
point. Ruel, that's the point. Real quick, listen.
go ahead.
But to what you're saying, I think as far as the family is, if it depends. My question is where they're from. Are they from Oregon? Is that why they met? Are they meeting over there? I don't know where he's originally from or where he goes home to. If it's the West Coast or if he stays in New York. All right. So now, if you're from the West Coast and a team like OKC, right? And my other question is, are there any other teams besides OKC who are trying to offer him more? That's my second question. But if a team like OKC, who is closer to home, can offer him significantly more money every year, right? For the next 4 years, I would, I would go for it as for my family, accommodating them. And if you go against Joker and the rest of them, that's what it is. What it is. But you're mainly not really going to because he's going to be the backup to this kid, Chet Holmgren.
No, he's not. He's going to be the starter. That's the whole point. You're not going to they're not going to pay anybody 80 to $100 million to be a bench player. They want to move Chet Holmgren to the four. You're going to be moving their rotation around, but you're going to be looking at you're going to be putting Isaiah. You're not going to pay him 80 to $100 million to be a bench player. That is insane amount of bread. They're going to move him out there, and that's the whole point of what we're talking about. Is it a significant amount of money that he's going to get paid, or is he going to stay here? I think if they're meeting with him, hopefully it's a big bag that they're not just going over there kind of waste any time for him for 80 mil. I think
Guys, listen. What, bro? What he could do here in New York, and we are right around the corner from is something that is historical. History is gonna surpass bags. Not all money is good money. We got to remember that. So, like him securing a championship here, I mean, it's a life changing and something that can be handed down for generations. You feel what I'm saying? If he goes anywhere else, I mean, it's too much competition, and none of the teams that he's gonna go to is gonna go over the hump. Yeah, he could get the bag, but he'll be there the same way Bridges was. Like, damn, look at my boys. I could have been, I should have been, and I would have. You know what I mean? Coulda, shoulda, woulda shit. And listen, like I said, I respect if he takes the bag, but if it's 100, but I don't see him going anywhere if it's like 80, 85, choosing New York and a chip. over
Hey,
anything that's less than 100.
salute to the chat. Salute Coach Sire 167. Salute Heath Watkins. Appreciate y'all brothers, everybody in the chat. Live gang, replay gang. Coach is saying that he doesn't think that the only real contender is okay. And Keith, I believe, said the same thing. I'm slightly looking at the chat here because I don't have it up. But they're saying that the only real contender is OKC. And OKC, I think, in my opinion, they got to throw that bag at him. Just like Keith Watkins says, he hopes his wife don't be like, I ain't trying to go to OKC. She a model. You know what I'm saying? Like the lifestyle in New York, where I mean, that's Fashion Week, all the stuff that's in her career. What they would love to do is in New York. So regardless if you live in the off season in another place, the lifestyle for them in New York is different. As my brother saying, if you win one in New York, that's like winning 12 anywhere else, bro. You just need to win one in New York, and it's a wrap. That you're cemented, your legacy is cemented, and that's a big difference of the $12 million we're probably talking about of paper.
I definitely feel that if he did win in New York, it would really secure his legacy in the long run. He'll be able to make that money back.
Yeah, I mean that makes a difference. So,
Bro,
I mean,
it's not like this diminished.
Yep, and if you're looking at it, guys, the stats that he has, this I think my brother froze up. The stats that he has, he's put up some great numbers, but those stats he put up is with New York. The reason he made the rebound, the blocking, everything he did it with us
with our
and the
team.
players we have and the system we have.
The connection, the cohesion that they have with each other, that he has with DiVincenzo when they're on the floor, with IHART when they're on the floor. They have that connection. He keeps his eyes open for everyone all the time because he's one to, when he has the ball, he'll try to give it up to someone because he's always looking out for one of his players.
Yep.
You know, whoever it is. You know, he's a passive player. That's why he's such a good passer. But you know, he's done something. He's done some incredible things playing with the Knicks. Like, for example, that buzzer beater at the halftime on his back. He did that shit with us, right? Because he plays with a lot of fucking heart with us, the Knicks.
Yeah,
so, he may not have that shit with OKC, but he definitely has it with the Knickerbockers.
Yo, listen, what I'm trying to tell you is that how you play here in New York City doesn't mean you're gonna play like that.
It brings it out of you.
It doesn't mean you're gonna play like that anywhere else. Yeah, I mean
he may not have that shit out there.
You know, and
maybe he does.
Listen,
if you got to look at their team, who do they got? That's their point guard. What's this dude's name that everybody wants him to be?
They don't got any defense. They don't got anybody on their squad who hustles like fucking Josh Hart, Deuce, Jalen Brunson, guys who go after the ball, like fucking dive and take hits for the ball. Guys like DiVincenzo, man.
No other team is.
He's got his back like that. He's got his back like that. You know what I mean? Like, we got his back, bro. We got him in a position playing with us that look at the shit that's happening right now in Oregon. You're getting about the fucking max. You're talking to, you got to decide if you're going to take that or you're going to come back home here with us and make more money in the long run. It's more feasible and advantageous for yourself and your spouse and your family in the longer run, right? Am I wrong? I don't know. But, you know, God bless whatever you decide to do. God bless you, you know. God bless you.
I mean, it breaks down the money, which is fine, and that's good for him. I think, look, I'm in the camp that he comes back. I think, again, this is the first time, like, you know, it's the first time if you're in high school, you ain't never been to prom, you want to see what prom is like. You know what I'm saying? I want to just go, even if I'm not gonna go dance, I'm not gonna. I want to see what prom's like.
Right. So Phil, let me ask you guys something. If you guys play college ball, right, and you guys made it all the way to the championship in your fucking your junior year, right before your senior year, right? But they come after you in your junior year, right? When you didn't win the championship, right? But you made it to the finals and you didn't win, right? Would you take a contract and go in the NBA, or would you try to win one, come back and win one, and do on your fourth year? Would you? Would
I
you
mean,
come back?
I mean, the wiser decision is to come back and win, and then leave as a champion.
Right.
Yeah, I
Why?
appreciate that.
Because
So
after you win and you come back with the squad and you guys know you're gonna win, you know you got the East. You know you got it. The East, that means you they're saying that Knicks are fucking number 2
hey,
to
thanks for
get it.
putting that out there, Keith Watkins. Put the likes on
In
there.
all the
Appreciate you.
NBA, right? They're talking about, of course, Boston, then the Knicks, and no, they're saying number 3 because then it was the Boston, it was then Denver,
Denver,
and then
then
the Knicks.
Knicks.
But that's all logical because you're talking about the 2 champs. You're talking about the 2 champs. You're putting ahead the 2 fucking champs in the last 2 years ahead of a team that 2 years ago were fucking 7th place.
And on top of that, both of them we busted their ass all regular season with the half a squad.
We
Listen,
mocked them, son.
but what's going to come down to what I think is coming down to iHeart. It's not so much, in my opinion. I don't think it's the bag. It's who's going to give him the longest contract because he's trying to secure his future. He's been a backup. He got jerked over by Brooklyn. He got overlooked at Clippers that he was willing to go back to make less money because he wanted to contend with a team like that. Was willing to wanted to win. Is OKC going to give him a 4-year deal with a big amount of money? Is New York trying to give him a 4-year deal? Don likes doing 3 with the team option at the end. Maybe he's looking for a little more security. And in my opinion, I think that's what he's looking for. Who's going to give him a longer contract? He's 25. I'm a little off on the time, but he's young out there. But he wants to get a 4-year, I think, a longer deal.
All right, iHeart, you're looking for security.
Hey,
This is
hey,
this is. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Key Walker
Go ahead.
says, "Bro, New Knicks takes about 15 minutes to roll up. That better be perfect."
Oh, oh yeah, I'm more entertained in the conversation than I am rolling up. But listen, listen, iHeart. The only thing I can secure is that we getting a chip this year. That's security. You know what I mean? Getting a chip and you being labeled a winner with a NBA championship ring is the only thing that I could secure. If you go to
Listen, wait. Go ahead.
if you go to OKC, not all of that, not everything is promised.
Well, I mean, look, at his age, he had the Achilles scare. Things happen where you kind of go through it. But I think the fact that he may want to just, you never know. He's a big man, Big man things happen. We can offer him because the way the CBA rule works, we can't give him a 1-and-1 deal. It has to be a 2-year. We could give him a max for 2 years or whatever the offer is, and then bet on himself on the third one. And then on the third year, he'd qualify for an extension for maybe a bigger contract, which would probably work in his favor if we give him a 2-year deal, the third year team option where he can decline that and then have basically a max deal and bird rights. That would be a smart move for him if we can give him that. So I think I think that's what it comes down to. I think he still comes back to the Knicks though. I got high hopes he comes back to the Knicks. We waived Precious. We didn't waive Precious at you, but we didn't extend Precious. So by not extending Precious, that's $6 million. We've had other teams that have been trying to come at the Miles McBride, and Leon's like, nah, I'm not gonna be able to do it. So we ain't moving Deuce. There've been people that's been interested in this kid, but I don't know. Keith Watkins
Listen,
said he's not going to Detroit. No one wants to go to Detroit, bro. You're right. I mean, I don't care how much money they throw at him. I don't know why you would throw $100 million to a rebuilding team, but I don't know. That's crazy.
listen. All of this stuff that I'm hearing from other podcasts that they could get another center and Tibbs can make them all star and all of that stuff. Listen, I agree with all of it. But the thing is that the chemistry and the time that you waste is not worth losing Hartenstein over. You know what I mean?
It's
So
bread, though.
yeah, but I think the Knicks made certain moves. They got rid of 3 players just to show Hartenstein that they're trying to make moves to accommodate him. You
It's,
know,
it, it's, it's gonna come down to money. Look at salute first of all, salute to Obi Toppin. 4 years, $60 million. Got his paper. Salute to Emmanuel Quickly. 4-year, 175. 170 for 5-year. My bad. 5-year, 175. So the dudes was getting paid. We was not gonna pay that. They got their bread out there. Same thing with IHART. They gave them. I think they shot their shot. Yo, we could give you 4-year, whatever, 175. If they're gonna lose him, then they're just gonna lose him. And I agree with what Ross said. We would run it with Sims at the starting point guard. I agree with Robinson will play himself
James at the
to
starting center.
yeah, Sims at starting center until
Point guard.
Robinson by the end of the year. Hopefully he's healthy enough to take over. Because that's the financial move right there where you stay under that first cap, and then you see what comes up after trade deadline by February. That's something. You know what I'm saying? But if it's 100 mil, you're gonna have to you applaud them, congratulate them. We appreciate you, homie. Get the bag, get your money. But they got to throw the bag at him. Anything under 100, he comes back, in my opinion. You got to.
Listen, we don't hate. We congratulate on this side. So you know what I mean.
IQ got the bag. We'd love him here, but we couldn't give you 175. Get your money. Once a Nick, always a Nick, and that is one rich Nick. 175. Salute to the guy. That's crazy paper. Same thing. Obi got his paper for you, $6 million. We weren't gonna pay $60 million to a backup player.
Congratulations to Obi. Congratulations to IQ. Real hard worker guys that they're always in the gym in the off season training together, and they knew they were going to make their papers with the Knicks or without the Knicks. But it was a good move by the front office to send them somewhere where they can get paid and they can get playing time. And,
hey, does that count?
Good luck to them out there in Toronto and Indiana. We'll see Obi again in the playoffs.
Hey, does that count for Thibodeau development? That he developed them into max players for the most part?
No, I said that in the last show. I said the New York Knicks are known for development now. After Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau changing the culture, one thing the New York Knicks do is develop talent.
Hey, but not only develop, the eye for talent, because Leon picked and drafted IQ. Leon picked, drafted Obi. Leon picked, drafted Grimes, who now Dallas made a move. They traded Tim Hardaway with a couple of second rounders, I think, and got Grimes. So now Grimes is in Dallas, which was a hell of a move for them. They got a great defender, someone who can spread and shoot the floor, younger, better defender. That was a good move for them. So for sure. Yep. Keith Watkins says enough of the tip slander. Yo, you can't. One thing I was thinking about earlier, you can't argue against truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, the proof is in the pudding. Tibbs, his stamp is on these players. Leon's stamp is on his drafting and these talent. We'll talk about these other draft kids later on or something, but watch these kids rise. They rise. I'm on the iHeart. Listen, iHeart get 100 mil. My friend, we will help you pack. Enjoy your money, and we love you. Nobody, the Organic Fanatics. He checks our show out. Mom Dukes is in our chats. We see Mom Dukes all love.
Yeah, we love you. We love you.
Hey, we love you,
Fanatic show.
But we would love for you to get paid too, bro. Get your paper, bro. 100 million up. Hey, man, that's it. And after that, you listen. The formula, whether he stays or goes, obviously we want him to stay, but. When he was down, who came in and filled in the shoes? Sims. Sims is almost a light version of Mitch. IHeart just ended up being a better version of Mitch, very similar, but a better passer. So the formula is still the same for Tibbs type of players. So Sims will plug and play. He's young. He's going to get heavy minutes. So once he gets heavy minutes, he'll become a better sender. He was already a good rebounder, good blocker. If he gets consistent, he'll be good. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and if we keep Sims, at least we'll be able to use him now if our Heart and Shine leaves. But, I would love to keep him and get him paid, but can't go above the apron and shoot ourselves in the foot. We still have picks, still have first-round picks. We still have 8 of them, I believe.
Let me bring this up, too, here. So this is something that nobody's really talking about. Of course, the Organic Fanatics bring it up. Also with iHeart, there's only so much you want to pay him. Not that you wouldn't want to give, obviously want to give him 120, but at this point, it's going to limit him and limit the team because there's only so much one basketball that can go around. You now have Jalen Brunson. You have Mikal Bridges more than likely going to start. There's nothing official, but obviously he should be the two guard. You have OG Anunoby, who just got a max, so you figure you got to involve him in the offense. You're going to have a healthy Julius Randle. Four players that are going to need the ball. You understand? That can create on their own, that can touch the ball. So you're not going to have or run that same offense with that center like you did that worked with IHART last year because we had a smaller team, smaller players, a lot of injured players. So you needed a center that can facilitate, pass the ball, and pitch the ball around. That worked for us last year, but do we need that this year? Do we need a center to be holding the ball or setting picks or setting screens when now you got 3 to 4 players that can not only ISO, can create, facilitate, pass, and defense. So the offenses are going to be a completely different look this year. So do we need that as a center, or does a Jericho Sims make more sense where you need him to just get rebounds, set screens, and catch a lob, pass, and block? And I think it's the latter. And all, if I'm going to be honest, I think the fact that you would probably have a center like a Mitch who doesn't need offensive touches, even though he would want it, or a Sims where it's limited touches for them, where they can get rebounds, keep the ball alive, defend and get rebounds, in comparison to a center that is more of a passer. There's someone that needs to touch the balls at the top of the key. There's too many people that can control the ball. Jalen Brunson's going to be heavy on the ball. Pause. You're going to have Mikal Bridges off screen, catch and shoot. OG Anunoby catch and shoot or drive or penetrate to the lane. Randall, who's going to be doing bully ball season. You got too many people that are going to touch the ball that you're not going to need this type of center. And this is just looking at the opposite aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? I love IHART, but you're not going to pay $72 million when you got someone who would fit that role for $3 million in the Sims, and someone who you already paid and Mitch at 14. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but do I understand what I hear what you're saying, but the other factor also is that I Hartenstein's performance this year was kind of unexpected. The injury to Mitch was unexpected, something that happened, you know, but Hartenstein came through, and it was a little bit of a surprise to see how well he played, considering also that there was no Randall. We made it as far as we did after he got hurt. We got to give him a Hartenstein a lot of credit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we
And he was well
absolutely.
earned. Excuse me, hold on a second. It's well earned. That's why teams are trying to vie for him right now at this moment. And it's going to be big money for him, God willing. But the other thing about it is, I hope that he's thinking about how it's gonna be when he's there with Randall. Okay, Randall may be handling the ball, and everybody's too many other people, more important people handling the ball. He may not be even the fourth option. He may, if the
Judge rolled
opportunity
up.
bounces his way, right? But he's a good rebounder. He's a good passer. He doesn't try to hog the ball. He'll throw the ball. He's got that soft touch, and he's got that easy touch from the mid range, which is good. But he's not one to sit there and dribble the ball out. He knows the passer. He's got now. What I'm saying is that imagine what he needs to understand what it's going to look like when he's there with Randall and the rebounder. Because Randall's a 20-10 guy, you know what I mean? He's a triple double threat, including his rebounder and assist. Now
Oh,
include that. He needs to think about what it would look like with Randall and then Hartenstein doing this thing.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Do you pay
You know what I
someone?
mean?
Do you pay
Yo,
someone
but you
20?
do, you do. I say he's worth about the 80 mil. You know what? My other question is, so how much did we end up paying Mitch? 60
Listen,
60 for four,
overall. So he's probably
it,
making. We can't.
four,
Can we pay him
14.
more than Mitch? Does he deserve? Because Mitch has been there longer, right? Mitch is the senior, right? Do we pay him more than Mitch? Because he didn't do more than Mitch when Mitch went down. That's fact.
he does have more offensive skill set than Mitch does. So yes, you play him slightly above Mitch
And a little bit more
because
durability.
because of his IQ, his offensive prowess. Yeah, I mean, and his defensive capability. He's still, like Mitch said, You know what I mean? He gets his defensive block and he's a rim protector. So he could do all of the above. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, it's just for me, it's not worth going through it with somebody new. Or listen, I agree with Ron. I would bring Sims up before I bring any outsider in. I'd rather give our guys a chance, but at the end of the day, does iHeart make the Knicks better? Yes. At the end of the day, will iHeart help us get to that championship? Yes. At the end of the day, does iHeart know and is trusted by Tibbs? Yes. So when you have that many things going your way, listen, this is what Jalen, I mean, what Leon Rose is fighting for is unity and chemistry. And getting rid of Hartenstein is going in a backwards trajectory. Unless we sub him with Sims, who is trusted by Tibbs, because when Mitch went down, Sims was the first person to start before IHART got his opportunity.
Yep. And that's where the question lies, and that's what I think that I was thinking about that, and I was like, yo, last year's team is not this year's team. I mean, we can agree with that. We had a different need. We were in survival mode. We had a couple of Lego pieces missing. You know what I'm saying? Voltron only had one arm. You know what I'm saying? Like it was we we was
Yeah,
fighting at a different pace. That we had a need for iHeart to facilitate offense to help get the other players involved who couldn't create off the dribble, who weren't as tall, who wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like we needed every bit of iHeart. We needed every bit of Dante. We were stretched as max as we possibly could in all levels. That realistically, we tried our best. We gave it the old heave ho to make it to where we're at. But long term basketball, that's not a sustainable winning way of doing it without burning or hurting your players out. So it was a
well,
need for iHeart. Go ahead.
no, well, what I'm saying is that the difference is with keeping iHeart is that it gives you a different look at a center. Keeping Sims and keeping Mitch is like having the same person. You know what I mean? So what iHeart does is brings that versatility of offense, the IQ, knowing great passing. You feel what I'm saying? So getting rid
But
of
do you
iHeart
need
and
that?
keeping Sims, what?
Do you need that? So that the question was, I don't know if you missed it, but the question was with that, which you're correct. He brings a different versatility. He's a great passer and all that. Do you need that now for that much money? Hold on. Let me ask a question. Do you need that now?
God.
You do need that much now to pay someone that much money to do that in the starting unit where you have a different team with Bridges, JB, OG, Randall that are going to be touching the ball heavy. That you don't need him at the top of the key facilitating the ball. If he was doing that on the bench team, if he's doing that with Dante, Josh Hart, that's a no
But,
brainer win. Are you going to pay someone that much bread to do it in the
yeah,
starting?
yeah, but we gotta know who we're talking about. We're talking about the head of the snake. The head of the snake is Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau runs a system. Now you have to fit into the system. I'm not saying that nobody else on the teams does, but are you comfortable with bringing Julius Randle and having him play the five like Joe like Joakim Noah was, or would
No,
you rather have him? He doesn't play his best playing at the five. You need
but
Randle at the four.
no, what I'm
Where
saying, what I'm talking about is Sims or
yeah
a cheaper route because you don't need him to do that though because you have Bridges. You have Bridges now. We ain't have that before. You got Bridges. You just signed OG Anunoby to $212 million.
yeah
They gotta touch the rock. They gotta touch the rock.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen. I love all our players. But at the end of the day, I'm going to always trust the front office to do what they need to do to get us over the hump. And
And
if
that's why
iHeart is not a part of this team going forward, it is the best decision for the team. And
Listen,
and you are correct. You are correct we're re-signing OG and adding Bridges. It is more. I mean, it's the same thing as having Precious, and like these people are not gonna see the time. You know what I mean?
Unix.
And you do not need IHART to play that center point because you do have Bridges and you do have other weapons that could play that position.
Unix, but you guys didn't talk about also that the coaching staff, because now um we have the head
Morris.
honcho medical.
Uh,
We have we have also the head medical guy from Dallas that we just acquired, the head medical
no,
dude. He's gonna
who's the
be
assistant coach that we just
he's
picked up?
yeah, we just got a new
Mo Cheeks, Mo Cheeks.
we just
Mo
got more
Cheeks.
kicks we got for defense. So we're gonna improve our defense. We got a guy who's gonna be in their ass paws when it comes to defense and showing them skills. Mo Cheeks is a defensive all-star, and then we're gonna have also the doctor from the Mavs, who's also gonna come and be in Thibs' ears about playing minutes with the players. So we're gonna have a little bit more durability and a little bit more accountability and more minutes spread, I think, throughout. So then we're not gonna have Hartenstein playing so many minutes and Josh Hart playing so many minutes, and
I
especially
agree.
Jalen Brunson. I hope that now going forward, that's what's going to happen, because we've seen what happened the last time and how it burnt us all. Really, it just basically burnt out all the players. All at the end, it burnt out Josh Hart with his strain in his stomach, and it burnt out Jalen Brunson, getting
I,
hurt because he was
I
tired.
mean, if you have five starters, right, and five starters start the season, and one of your starters go down, the load gets heavier for the other four. You got another one that goes down, the load gets heavier for the other three because now you got to do more. So of course it was inevitable that they took the most of the fucking the load. You know what I mean? But I mean, if all our guys are healthy, no, I mean it should be no problems. And Tibbs, with what we went through last season, proves to Tibbs that our second our second unit is just as powerful as our starters.
Yeah, and that's why this is a conundrum what's going on now. In all honesty, I think Leon was probably in the $66 million range for iHeart. I honestly think that's the
Hell no.
yeah.
Hell
This is just my belief. This is my opinion. I think he's a little more than what Mitch is. So he was better where he's a starter. Mitch is 60 mil. I'm saying what he's probably offering him based on our need. I'm not saying that he wouldn't or that he's not worth more. Just for what I think Leo's is in the 60, no more than 70. 74 would probably be too much for him.
What
For us.
didn't the NBA
For us.
didn't the NBA or isn't the NBA signing a new TV contract worth 709 million or maybe a billion? I forgot what the number was, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of these bags that these people are getting every year. The NBA, I'm not saying every year, but every so often they get a newer and bigger bag to disperse to the players.
You can.
And and
You
and uh,
can.
and we we just gotta stop pocket watching, bro. Like Dolan is not gonna have a problem going into his wallet and overpaying for a chip. You
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
what I'm
Well,
saying?
listen,
I gotta agree with Joe Buttons because even he said it. Like, bro, listen, we not the ones paying these niggas, B.
listen.
We not
Yeah,
the ones paying these niggas, B.
okay, then ask Joe Budden. Ask Joe Budden how much is he paying his people on the staff. I'm pretty sure it's not max money. I'm pretty sure he's being El Cheapo with the people that are doing the podcast with him. There's
No,
no way he's giving them max bread.
listen. He's giving them exactly how the pie is supposed to be divided, bro. I mean, he's definitely these are his people, bro. How you gonna cheap your people out? Joe Button is not that
It
type of a
happens
person.
all the time, bro. It
All
happens.
right, all right. I understand. Like
It's a
before when
business.
when when he had the other members on when he first started the show, they weren't
Marley,
as
Marley.
Maul and Carrot Top. Listen, they weren't as tight as him, Ish, and Ice are. Like these are his boys. That's like me having Ned and Clap on the show, and it's not the same thing as having fucking, you know what I mean? A and
I,
B fucking
I get
members
that.
on the show.
I get it. But the
That
thing
that's
is,
what makes us different.
I get it, and you're right about that. But something is still a business. There's if you don't have to overpay for something, you don't. You a prudent businessman. If
Listen,
you got
listen. I can guarantee that everybody on the Joe Button Network is a happy employee or partner with Joe Buttons. He's not. He's not fucking underpaying them. Like the Knicks ain't underpaying OG. The Knicks ain't underpaying fucking Brunson.
that,
I
you get
mean, no. He chose to help out. This is basically Brunson's organization, bro. He
yeah,
grew
but
up.
over like it's
So
business, and
all right, but he knows at the end of the day that winning a chip for New York City and the team, he's gonna do whatever he can do to help to make that happen because that will cement his legacy more than fucking Allen Iverson, more than fucking Steph Curry, more than like you understand what I'm saying? This is
hey,
a
so salute
fucking this
Knicks
is
100 GM, salute Knicks 100. The chat, so we appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, hit the like
the
button,
trap.
share it out, so we could grow a little bit. We still under people. We appreciate you guys tuning in chat. And I hear you. You can Dolan pay people way more money. Yes. Can you go over the second apron tax? Yes. But if you don't have to,
I
you don't
mean,
have to. You know what I'm saying? That's
I
just if you can still do it.
well, if the consensus is that we're building our team to challenge fucking the Celtics. Yeah, I mean, and that's if that's the case, then you got to do what every owner has to do to win a chip. You got to go over your bag. You got to
Well,
go into that bank account, open the combination to the bowl, and open the door and shovel the shit out.
so you said.
Hey,
Go ahead, Machete.
guys, can I interject here for a
Go
second?
ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, so listen, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, look, the new NBA salary cap is 140,588,000. The NBA
Say it
salary
again.
cap. The new NBA salary cap is 140,588,000.
Went up from
The
10 million.
luxury cap is 170,814,000. And the first apron is 178,131,000. The second apron is 188,931,000.
Okay. With that being said,
Hold on, let me read the
I'm
chat real quick.
pretty
Hold on, hold
sure.
on, hold on. Let me read
One
the
thing,
chat real
one
quick.
thing, one
All
thing,
right,
one thing.
Hold on a second, Phil.
That's
go
the
ahead.
salary cap. If that's the salary cap, let's check Boston's salary cap. I'm pretty sure they overwent 6 aprons in order to get that chip.
Because
At
they
least six
owned
aprons.
by one player though, by one player. Because they had to pay they had to pay Brown, the highest NBA player of all time. Everybody
Okay.
else was vet minimums. The point, and to go to back to your point is, yes, you can pay them, but as you said, Tibbs has a system of how we play. The way his system works is you have a center to rebound, set picks, and block if they can, and be a defensive presence. Do you have to pay someone $100 million to do that? The answer is really no. We did it with Mitch, who got 60 mil, who's leading the rebounds, block, a defensive monster who doesn't score much.
But nobody's trying to pay. I'm not trying to pay Isaiah. I'm not trying to pay IHART 100 mil. But we losing him for over fucking for extra 10 mil. Like what's 10 mil?
Okay, if it's 10 mil, maybe, but it's probably not 10 mil. And if I'm going to be honest, if it's, I mean, I think whether we offer him 60, let's say we offer him the 74, and OKC gives $100 million, that's $26 million. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole lot of bread. And again, for the need, that's like saying, would we have paid IQ 175 to keep him as a backup point guard? No. You know what I mean? Like it just
Hey, can I interject? Can I
go
interject
for it.
for a second, real quick?
Yeah.
So the Knicks currently, at the moment, the Knicks team salary is hard capped at 178.6 million for 2024-25. They currently have 173 million in salary committed to 13 players for next year.
So they
Okay,
got
so we're at
5 million.
178.6, and I said that he said that we're at the first apron, 178, 132. We're just above
We're
the first
we're
apron.
we're under. We got 173. We're under the first apron at
Yeah.
178.
Yeah,
So
but the
we're
first
under,
apron is at 178, 132.
and we're at 173. You said right?
We're at one. I said we were at, what did I say we were at? Hang on a
Yeah,
second.
173.
We're
173.
at fucking
We're under the apron.
178.6.
You said we're at
We're under.
173.
No, I said 178. Okay, let me read that again. 178.6 million cap crunch. At the moment, the Knicks team salary is hard cap at 178.6 for 24-25. They currently have 130, 173 million in salary cap committed to the 13 players for next year. So yeah,
There
you're
you go.
right. 173.
So
All right, but
that's a
look, didn't we get rid of Precious? Isn't that an
that
extra 9 mil? Didn't we
no
get rid
six
of Jeffries?
no. No, so
But
we didn't if we would have extended Precious, we would have been over that 176. If we sign IHART, we go over, I'm sorry, the 178. If we get that 6 million, let's say we just did Precious at the 6 million, that takes us a million over that 178. So you're already over that first apron.
no. My point was we got rid of 3 players to give that salary towards iHeart's signing.
No, we're at 173. We're at
Yeah,
173, meaning we got 5 million per year that we can get before we're at the one apron or going over. So that means if you sign, which I don't know if that counts Precious, removing that 6 mil for Precious. It's possible if you, let's say you move it, that gets you down to 167. And then you still sign iHeart for 14. I mean, you're looking at maybe 13 mil a year. Is iHeart taking 13 mil a year to get us at the first cap? No, he's looking at 25 plus, and they're not going to pay that to go over that first apron that much for iHeart. Much as we want them, they're not going to pay him 25 a year.
we
They
got
probably
we got every other piece we need, bro. We bring OG back. We got the deal done with Bridges. Uh, Jules is coming back healthy with a chip on his shoulder. Brunson, I don't know what the fuck he was doing in WWF, WWE, whatever the fuck that was, and probably slightly tweaked his hand again. But like basically, most of our team is coming back healthy. And if we all saw the roommate podcast with Mitch, yeah, I mean, he was highly upset that he's been injured every time it comes December or March or whatever the case is, he gets injured. So I think he's kind of still giving himself.
which brings me back to my point that you give the old heave ho. You do the best to get iHeart, but there's a certain amount. If we look at the history of Leon moves, he's never overpaid ever. He has a certain number of mine. Once you get over that number, he's shaking hands, gives you the dap on the back of your back, and you out of there. I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Bro, everybody was saying the same shit before we signed OG. Everybody was singing the
OG's
same
different.
fucking.
OG's different. OG's different. You just gave up your
No,
franchise.
it's not different. It's not different because what fucking Leon Rose did said, yo, Dolan, listen, this guy wants $212 million. Yeah, I mean, to get him back for 5 years. Dolan said,
That's different.
all right, my pen is hot. get him here. He's
But
gonna do the same shit.
but there's a difference because you gave up R.J. Barry, your number 3 pick, your future, the highest pick you've had in almost 30 years, and you gave up Emmanuel quickly. You gave up severe talent for this guy. You have to re-sign him. He made your team better statistically all the way across. So it's not like this is like he's
So
just someone you
did
picked
so
up.
did so so, so did IHART.
He does, but his role of what he can do is going to be limited in the offense. Let me say it that way. What he can do,
Yeah, I agree.
what he, that's what I'm saying. What he can do is going to be limited to a starting role center that we have. It is going to be limited touches. His passing would be limited to pass around because everybody else is going to touch the rock. So, do you pay $25 million to someone that's going to stand there and get rebounds and block? Probably not. That's just what it's going to come down to. Tips offense is
So now what do? We piss me off and go get Andre Drummond, or we piss me off and go get White or some bullshit.
no. You
I don't
stay,
want none of those guys. I don't want
but
none
you're
of those
not.
guys.
That you're not. It's gonna be. Unfortunately, the people ain't gonna. It's not the sexy move, but it's gonna be Sims. You rock Sims for 3 quarters of the year until Mitch is consistent and healthy enough that he can come through in the playoffs and then take over by after All Star, and then he's your guy at that point in time. But it's probably going to be Sims. Sims is proven. He's young. He's healthy. He's built like a tank. He can do everything. And Keith Watkins says Drummond is gone, so forget Drummonds. Knicks
Thank
100
God.
GM says iHeart is more valuable than Randall. Quiet as kept.
Uh,
Uh, one is an All Star, 2 time. One is an All NBA player, 2 time. Drummond
yo,
signed with the Sixers. Good for them. So I mean,
said,
look, when someone's
whoever
an All
said
Star 2 times or someone's an All NBA player 2 times, then we can match that. Now, did he play a big role last year? Absolutely, I agree with you on that. He played a big role, but he's
but listen, when you get to that floor, my dude, when if you ask uh Antetokounmpo, who would he rather face? Would it be iHeart or Julius Randle? I'm pretty sure he's gonna say, "Give me the white boy," or "Give me somebody that is not Julius." Julius is a big body. Pause. Like, listen, he's a gorilla. He's a silverback. Not a lot of people want to battle him. He's gone up against Jokic and put the beats on him. He's gone up against he's gone up against Antetokounmpo, and it's not an easy thing for
hold on.
them to handle one on one.
Knicks 100. Only one of those players. And listen, and don't get it twisted. We love iHeart here. We love him. We love him. We
Facts.
know he's important. We know his value. We're looking at both sides of the coin. But only one of those players has been double time every game, 82 games plus
And
playoffs for 3 straight years. One of
no,
those players is a 2 time All NBA player. One of those players is a 2 time All Star. One person's been double teamed for 3 straight seasons. One of them.
triple team, triple team.
So
Hey,
that
I got a
that
question. I
go
got a
for it.
couple of questions. So when does he have to answer? And
Anytime it could be
are
today.
other teams coveting him
Yeah,
Wednesday.
the two major teams that are coveting him is OKC,
in Orlando?
Orlando, and and Detroit. There's other teams, but if you're looking at it the eyes of iHeart, who's going to give me the most money?
Competitors.
Who's going to give me the most money? But where would I have a chance to win? Orlando made it to the playoffs last year. They got good young talent. He could help them as a passer.
Yeah,
His skill
they will
set.
not get past the Knicks.
Yeah,
They
but
will never get past the Knicks.
but he has a chance. He can come to Florida. He has a young kid. Tax money he's going to save on taxes here. His style of play would help Orlando moving the ball because they're a stagnant team. So his style of big man passing the ball would be amazing in Orlando. It would also help OKC. OKC doesn't really have any person that can move the rock, so his gameplay plays very well for those two teams. So if they give him the bag, he would fit swimmingly with those teams right there. Those are the two main teams. His style of play fits with those teams. He would more than likely be a starter on those teams. I think Orlando would probably be the best for him because he could save the most money in taxes, and he can just chill out
Facts.
here in Florida.
You may save the
And
most money in taxes, but it's gonna be hot as fuck. The fires in Orlando. If you buy a house out there, you gotta worry about it getting burned down. You gotta worry about
that's
mosquitoes.
California.
You gotta worry
Listen,
about mosquitoes. You gotta get adjusted to crazy fucking heat in Orlando, Hartenstein. Get ready for that heat. You're German, and Christmases aren't Christmases, you know. And I know you guys are the type of family that like to have traditional Christmas. You like it when it's cold and it's snow
bro,
outside,
bro.
you know, and the seasons change.
Listen.
If he
That
gets
shit don't
you,
happen in Orlando. I'm letting you
you
know
know if he
right
gets
now. You go over there.
you know if he gets $100 million, he can actually fly, right? You know he can go wherever he wants. He doesn't have
Okay,
to stay here.
I'm saying it's
He
real
can. He
hot
can
out there, and the bugs and the gators
listen. If he
and
goes
the
to
bugs.
Orlando, if
They
he goes
got
to
big
Orlando, I ain't gonna be
mosquitoes
mad.
that bite.
If he goes to Orlando, I ain't gonna be mad because I'm here and I'll still be able to see him,
They got brown recluse spiders crawling all over the place and snakes.
bro. You telling people out here that to be in a place that it's permanently 84 degrees.
It's permanently 84 and it feels like 124. It's
Hey,
hot. It
Key
gets hot.
Walker,
It's getting hotter. Bro, you be
Key
calling
Walker
all the
said.
Listen,
time, sweating,
Key
sweating.
Walker
You
says
be
you
sweating
wildin'.
down your hair because you're sweating all the
listen,
time, sweating your balls
listen.
off all the time.
One thing iHeart is a married man. And like my brother said, and how you guys be saying, I don't
There's
know
no
none of that
opportunity for
shit that
models
y'all
in
saying.
Orlando.
But what I'm saying, happy wife, happy life. So if your wife wants to stay in New York City, I suggest if you want a happy life,
Or if you
talk
get
to
a
the
hundred million
talk.
dollars, or you get $100 million and you live in the most beautiful estate out there in Florida.
Bro, let me
Hey,
ask
what
you
are you trying
something.
to do here, man? Whose side are you on,
Wait, wait,
bro?
wait,
Whose
wait,
side are
wait,
you
wait,
on,
wait,
bro?
wait.
I,
Wait, let me ask you something. Hold on.
We're
We're
trying to
talking about
convince him to stay in New York, not going to
check,
Orlando.
check this out. Check this out. I already caught the balance. If his wife is a model, you don't think her as being married to a New York Knicks star, you don't think she could get a contract of 20, 30, 50 million dollars by Prada or some New York brand? That's the balance right there. She would never get that bag in Utah. She would never get that bag in fucking Orlando. But New York City got plenty of bags to give out for modeling.
yeah, that's what I said for modeling. If he
Yeah.
wants to do that, or if he just be like, yo,
Yeah, but we're
you
not
know,
like Dwight, like you said earlier, and that's why it's a little bit like we're not trying to watch anyone's pockets, we just having a
hey, more success.
conversation, and just hypotheticals and just, stuff that everybody else is doing. But God bless Isaiah Hartenstein and his family wherever they may go and or end up.
Listen, the
Or
trust
salute,
in him.
Have
hey,
a
salute
good.
to
The thing is
Mom
that
Duke.
also,
To
most
Mom Duke.
important thing, the flip side about it, guys. But the flip side about it also, as much as we talk about Isaiah, we also got to talk about Mitch, because we got him back as a starter.
Hey,
You know,
Knicks, hold on. Knicks 100. What do you mean? We sure can't beat them. Oh, pocket wise, are you talking about Orlando?
We can't be who?
I don't know. Put it in the chat what you mean by there. Knicks 100 that we can't beat. You mean Orlando and OKC money wise? Well, what we can offer them? Let me know what you're talking about. Put it in the chat. So
hey,
what were we
Dwight, let me
saying?
ask you something though. But if Phil, but if he's gonna come
Yeah,
back as the starter, right? Because more than likely, if we keep him, right, he's gonna end up being the starter. So then we're gonna
of
end up having
course.
to pay him a little bit more than Mitch.
Salute
If you're talking about
nostalgic
maybe
Knicks.
if we're paying Mitch about 16, then we probably offer him 18, 20 mil, which will probably come out to about 74 to 80 mil. If we're talking about keeping him 4 years at maybe 16 to 20 mil, because he was a
Look, I
starter, he was a
say,
good starter, he was a little bit more
listen,
durable, he was a little bit more diversified, and he did good things when he was a starter.
listen.
So I think that Mitch will have a hard time with that. I don't think.
I say we give him. Listen, I'm channeling my
I gotcha.
Nostradamus, and I think we give him 77 mil. He's gonna be chill, and everything's gonna work out. You know what I mean? We might be over the first apron, but at least bringing iHeart back is not. It's a security blanket for not iHeart, bro. It's for Jalen Brunson It's for the rest of the brothers. You feel what I'm saying? Because then they're like, oh, we don't have to learn a new guy now, or even if it's Sims, you know what I mean? But listen, like we all
Salute nostalgic Knicks. Salute nostalgic Knicks. Welcome. What up? Peace. Appreciate you guys. Everybody in the chat. All love. Always love. Hit a thumbs up. Hit the like on this so you can share us out there. You're liking the content, so we can try to get some other people in here. We appreciate
word,
that love. Appreciate y'all. Good. That's what I'm
word,
saying. Go
and
ahead.
let's try to get those subscribers at least to 500, y'all.
So
Share, like, subscribe. We
I
won't
listen.
clap.
There's a lot of people of all this talk, Bataze from Orlando, if you get Mo Wagner, other players. I truly think if we don't get our player, the only person you would go after, the only person is Precious. If you don't get Precious, then you're probably looking at a standing pat with who we have with Mitch and Sims, and we'll probably go small ball with OG and whoever else we have at that point in time. And even that young backup. And I think salute to Keith Watkins. Keith Watkins said, "Do we think that we can get that young center who we did draft, who's like a Mitch? I won't say replacement because we're just adding him to the team, but he plays similar, young, athletic." Young cat who could play. I think he can get up to speed within about a year to next year, but definitely not this year. But I
So
don't think
I
we're
got
gonna
a question. So
go.
I'm sorry.
Good.
No, so Phil, so your 77 mil comes down to 19.25 a year. 19.25. That's
He's
about,
worth 19 mil.
and and we're paying Mitch maybe about 16 mil a year. So that wouldn't be too much off than what we're paying Mitch. And deservedly so if he's going to be the starter.
That's what I
Um,
said. Yeah. My
yeah.
brother's right.
So
That's what
then
I'm saying.
the other thing, what I was going
So
to
so
ask
you're
you,
telling
do I,
all right,
the
quick question. Y'all don't think I worth 19?
yeah, most definitely. He's worth, I say 20.
So
I
the
say give him
77
20.
mil keeps us right under the second apron.
They give him the
We
80.
pay him
I
his
say give him,
19 mil, let him play happy, bro. And
I wish we could give
bro,
him
that's
100
secure.
mil.
It's better
Because
to
if
secure the
that
chips.
center over there got 100 mil and he did less than what Hartenstein did
Yeah, but
to get
but
us
they don't have
what
but
we
they don't
got,
have a team though. Look, because people talking about Nick Claxton getting 4 year, $100 million. That set the
He should
scale.
be
That
showing up.
everybody's
He's
that
at
that they're
my
gonna
he
get.
was at my house.
I don't know if
Okay.
they could afford
No, my
it. And
bad.
then that's,
Yeah.
but the other thing
So.
is, my other question is, Dwight, real quick. So then, does that if we offer him that, right, 77 mil at
Mhm.
19.5 a year, does that go to the on top now? Let's say hypothetically, we give him that, right?
Mhm.
Does that go now onto the 173 mil that they
Yes.
capped that?
Yes.
So then would be 173 plus the 77.
We'll be over the first. We'll be over the first apron at that
How
point.
much would that
What
be?
you're looking at
173, 77.
not probably like 190, somewhere
All right.
around
So
there.
then, hypothetically speaking, so we give him maybe 80 million. Let's just go a little high, right? So then 190. So maybe it'll be two. If we offer him maybe 20, right? High, but they're saying 16.2. They're
Uh-huh.
saying that we could only offer him maybe 16.2. But if Phil, you're saying 77, then that would be 19.25. Which is gonna be three, which is gonna be 3 mil more than what the Knicks could offer him the next 4 years or so.
So
You see what
it's
I'm saying?
hey, hold on.
Follow me.
Salute to the chat. Hey, salute to Keith Watkins. He telling Knicks 100 to go to sleep. Knicks 100 saying iHeart that Nicholas Clacton is a better player than iHeart. Keith Watkins said go to sleep.
No, I
Yeah,
never
y'all
said
want
I didn't say that he was
no,
better.
not you,
I'm
not you.
saying that
No,
he
not
got
you. I'm saying in the chat. I'm saying in the chat. In the chat.
no,
They go in.
I'm
I'm
not
just
saying
reading
that
the
guy's better. Ain't no fucking buddy better
chat.
than
I
fucking
know
Mitch.
the chat said that. Not you. The
Just want
chat.
to make it clear, man. Mitch should have
No, no,
gotten the
no.
100 mil.
No. Listen,
Nobody better than Mitch, man.
if we can get him in the 20 mil range, I think we're offering him that range. But I think the real problem is probably for him is the amount of the length of the contract. We're probably giving him a max 2 years, but maybe he wants a 4 year because he wants more security. And Don doesn't really give out 4 year contracts except to OG. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're all the way up there starter player. Only starters have gotten a 4 year contract, which he's starter level, So it's just, are you giving him a 4 year deal, with no team option, without no trade, you know what I mean? So it just depends. I think it'll be up there. I think he's definitely considering the Knicks. I think he definitely wants to come back. I think he's just testing the market, see what they could offer him, see,
Yeah, exactly. I
First time
agree.
at the prom, bro. First time at the prom. You want to see what it's like. You want to see what the punch
Who's
tastes
gonna
like. You want to see
dance?
the
Who's
people at
gonna
the
dance
party.
with you? You know, yeah, exactly.
That's it. He's just checking out. Knicks 100. You said that Claxton is a better player than IHART. The stats from last year do not line up with that sentiment. IHART was top 5 in rebound, top 10. I won't say top. He was top 5 in rebounding, top 10 in blocks. He dominated in against an MVP caliber player, Joel Embiid. Nick Claxton got body bagged by him every time Embiid played. So we got to look at both sides of that coin before you can make that statement out there. Statistically, iHeart's better. What he did last year was way better. The reason Nick Claxton got 4 years, $100 million is because Brooklyn has nobody. They're a trash organization. And I'm not saying that to diss too much, but they literally have nobody. He's a young center who's been in the system, he's basically a rim runner. He's basically Mitch, but a rim runner. You know what I'm saying? But he's not that much. I I mean, you're saying I can't show. Look at the stats and then come back in the chat. But I Claxton is just basically a rim runner. They have nobody else that they could have replaced that's younger than him, whether it's Brunson, I mean not Brunson, Drummond, and all these other people that are available are older players. Valachunas is older, Drummond is older. There's no real young basketball player with NBA experience. That's the only reason they really signed him because Claxton's been in the league 4 or 5 years. So he's young, but he's got experience. So you can't replace that. So for them, they felt that was something they had to do. Just like Jared Allen, Brooklyn gave 4 years, $100 million. That's like their go-to signing contract for centers. Jared Allen isn't worth $100 million. He can't do anything but rim run, block, and rebound. Same thing with Nick Claxton. He's just a younger version of that. So that's what we're talking about today, even with iHeart. iHeart does more because he's a better facilitator. He's a better passer. He's elite at rebounding. He also plays defense. So he does way more than almost any of these other centers. Better than Jared Allen. He's better than Claxton. He's better than almost every other center out there statistically and his game. So iHeart is a way better center
Hey, I
than
got a question. I
Claxton.
got a question,
Yes, sir.
guys. Which team has a better big four? The Knicks or the Celtics? Okay,
It,
we
it,
got they
there's,
got
there's no question.
they got
That
Tatum, they got Brown, they got Porzingis, they got White. We got Anunoby, we got Bridges, we got Randall, we got JB.
there's no question it's going to be the Knicks. We're going to prove it this year. You got we got who's got the better power
Brooklyn,
forward? Who's got the better power forward? Knicks or Boston? Knicks. There's
Knicks,
nobody that's going to outbully Randall. Who's got
Randall.
the best
You got Randall
wing?
versus Jalen Brown.
So here's the difference, and this is why the matchup is. They got the two best offensive wing players in
And
the
given
game.
they got a chip. They got a chip, all right. So we give them their
But forget
credit.
the chip. Forget the chip. They wing put by position. They got the two best offensive wing players in the NBA right now. The two most offensive players, which is Brown and Tatum.
And Tatum.
And we have the
And
two
White, you
best.
gotta give him White.
But White's not really not a wing. Well, I mean,
Well,
I'm
you
going step
erase
by step.
White with OG. You erase
I,
White with OG. You
I'm
got
going.
Bridges. Okay, it's gonna outlast Porzingis. First of all right. God willing, but not God willing.
White's not a starter. White's not a starter.
Yeah. He is for Boston. Yeah, he's that big. He was the reason they got to the fucking finals, bro. You gotta give it to White. White was there when everybody faded. It was White.
But he's
When
not a
Tatum
starter
faded,
though.
it was White, bro.
But he's not a starter. He's not a starter. You
He's a
said
big four.
no,
I
he's
didn't
not.
say
You can't say a
starter.
big four, and
I
he's coming
said
from the
big four.
bench. He's not a big four if
He
he's
could be a
coming from
big
the bench.
four. He's a big
He's
four.
he
He's played big for Boston, bro. That's the point. He's
he
played
is
big
a
time for
bench
Boston.
player.
Who
He's
says
a
that a
bench
bench
player.
player can't be a part of a big four?
No, so if that's the case, if we're gonna look at that, you're talking about the Knicks are by leaps and bounds, and I mean leaps, like
So wait a minute, Bridges
McLaughlin
is
is
gonna be a starter now?
No, look, if you're talking,
So wait a
let's
minute.
go.
So Bridges is going to be second on the bench. Or is going to be a starter?
No, he's gonna be in this. He's gonna start, bro.
You
Bridges is
think
starting.
so? He's going to be
Of
starting.
course, of course. He's a wing. He has a wingspan that's more than 7 feet. He can hit three, and he's a better defender than
I
than.
thought we're gonna have him coming off the bench just so he could get a little acclimated before he start.
No,
Maybe we're gonna start
I,
him in the beginning.
I'm
We might start him in January when we decide we could just
I'm
have
willing,
have him a little bit coming off the bench to get a little acclimated with the bench.
bro.
Because he's
I'm
really
willing
not a
to.
starter guy. He's like a third piece, so he
Who?
shouldn't be starting.
Who?
Bridges,
You said Bridges?
Bridges doesn't want to be starting. He doesn't want to be in the mix. He wants to be a good backup, bro. They might have him in there
Yo,
backing whoever in the first, but he'll be starting off the bench, bro.
you cannot be serious, bro. You cannot be serious. You're talking about you got a
I
guy
don't
that's
think that
sick.
you start him right away. I think that you get him
Of course you
coming off the
do.
bench in the
Of
beginning,
course you do.
and then of course you'll be starting him.
You have a
Mm,
training camp right now. He's
okay.
gonna play the whole summer. Right now, he's practicing warming up. You got someone that is 6'7". Correct me if I'm wrong. Keith Watkins, how tall? I'm pretty sure he's 6'7", 6'6" at best. You got someone who's about 3 to 4 inches, maybe 2 to 3 inches bigger than Dante, who has a way bigger wingspan, who's a way better defender. And I'm not saying way better because I'm
Wait a minute,
Dante's my
White's a starter because he's their point guard, bro.
You keep bringing up White. White is a bench. I'm talking about our Knicks. You're going back and forth, bro.
How is he a bench if he's their point guard?
He's not their point guard. Drew
Who's their
is
point
their
guard?
point guard. Drew is their
Who?
point guard. Drew is their point guard, a defensive player. Keith Watkins says he's 6'6". He's gonna have, and that's what I'm telling you. Keith Watkins is right. Yeah, hey, Keith Watkins asking, "Are you drunk?" He's, yo, this guy is 6'6", better. He's a 7 foot wingspan. It's impossible you don't start him. Dante said he was grateful filling in whatever the coach needs him to be. That's going to be your best strength. Who is going to stop the Knicks? You got Jalen Brunson against Drew Holiday. Is it Drew Holiday? Yeah, Drew Holiday. That's their starting point guard. So Jalen Brunson versus Drew. Drew's the better defender. Jalen Brunson's better offensively.
You got to give that
And
to Drew.
what? Over someone who had like 40-point games?
Okay, they're
You're
defense,
crazy.
bro.
There's no way you got.
Take,
There's
take. My bad, bro.
You had to come in for that one, nah.
Yeah. I'm listening. My bad. I gotta handle something real
No, you
quick, but
good.
I'm
You
in the
good.
background.
You can. So okay. I'll let you say that just so you can say it. So you tell me you got Drew
Their
Holiday.
big four would be Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, and White. Our big four would be Jalen Brunson, Randall,
Machete.
Malik Bridges, Mikal Bridges,
Machete.
and OG Anunoby.
White is not a starter.
We got a
You keep
better big
bringing.
four.
He's
But what
not
I'm
a
telling you is
starter.
that Malik Bridges will be over Porzingis because of his durability.
Oh my God, bro! Yo, you whatever you are. White is not a starter. Their starting lineup is Drew Holiday, Brown, Tatum, Porzingis, and Horford. That is their starting five. So you got Mitch or IHART or Sims against a 37-year-old Horford. We're gonna win there with a pick a person. Sims, Mitch, whoever it is, we're dominating that. Except for Horford can hit a three. Salute to my Dominican brother. Then you got Porzingis who can stay healthy. He's not dominating Julius Randle. Impossible. Julius Randle has cooked him every year. He'll give him a game, play good for game. He's not going to outlast the series. Then you're going to have OG Anunoby versus Tatum. Operation Lockdown. Operation Lockdown. If you go to look at any play last year where Bridges plays Brown, every time last year against the Brooklyn Nets, he locked down Brown every single game he played. Every game. He blocked him, stole, stripped, steal. Bridges had him on lockdown. There's no way he doesn't start. It's going to be too scary, bro. Teams cannot get past that lineup. You have Bridges, OG, and if a healthy Mitch, impossible for you to score. Impossible.
I mean, if you look at it, if the guys that I chose,
And
right? If I
then
say,
hold on. Then to your Derek White point. Then from the bench you got Deuce McBride, Dante DiVincenzo, IHART. If they bring back Precious and whoever else it is, bro, who is stopping that, bro?
yeah, if OG is gonna lock down Tatum, Bridges is gonna lock down Brown, If Randall plays the 5, he's gonna lock down Porzingis. And even if White is the point guard, Jalen Brunson is gonna lock down
Yeah,
fucking is gonna
look,
outplay fucking White. The
Porzingis'
only
leg is too fragile to
Yeah,
play defense
exactly.
against
There was,
Randall.
there was, there
Randall is
was
gonna push him around.
Yeah, because he can still play Randall at the 5, even if we end up losing Hartenstein, and we
Even if you
have
move
we'll
KP
go
to the
back. We'll
5,
go back to what we were doing before we got Hartenstein, was really we had Randall and we had Mitch Rob before we had.
which goes back to the point, do you need a center who can pass and touch the ball often? No. At that point, you would need a center to just set picks, screens, rebound, and block. That's why Sims
Jericho
and
Sims.
Mitch would be the role
Yep.
player.
We can
And you
go
have
back
the
to
third
that.
emergency. You got the emergency break glass, the young rookie kid who's probably never going to touch the court unless you can get Precious. If we lose IHART, this is only if you lose IHART. You keep it moving.
And
Jericho
you keep
Sims.
Precious.
Everybody in the teams knows Jericho. Everybody in the teams knows Mitch. So you're gonna keep it moving. There's no chemistry loss. There's nothing like that. Jericho has played starting many times last year, and he's just gonna get heavier minutes this year. He's 24, 25, young. He got his paper, and he's built like a bull. So he's not gonna be injured, and he's just gonna play. That's it. It's pretty simple. It's not hard. The only hard part right now is the decision to get iHeart. Does he make his own choice? If he does, whatever way we celebrate him, we appreciate him. If they can get Precious back cheap, if he doesn't go to another team, we try to get Precious. Precious is going to be the backup move if iHeart goes. iHeart goes, you got Precious, you still got Sims, and then you keep it moving. That's it. If not, you stay with Sims, and then you stay with Mitch. End the story. We still win a chip. That's pretty much it. You give him the shot. They gave him their best shot. They told him what they were going to give him. Now
So
he's
the,
going to listen to
the
everybody else. He's gonna make it.
watching the ops, the breaking news as of an
That
hour ago, the Magic signed Contavious Cadwell Pope.
that's a waste of money. I don't know what they were thinking. Why they got Contavious Cadwell Pope, which eats into the money that they would have to sign uh iHeart. So they probably made a pitch to him, and he probably already said no because Contavious. I don't know why they would get Contavious. That boy is hot. What is it? Dumpster juice, new Knicks? I say trash truck
Mm-hmm.
juice. My brother always corrects me with dumpster juice.
Hot
That
trash dumpster juice.
hot trash. That boy is hot. That boy is trash, burning, floating down a river, hot garbage. They killed him. So I think after signing him, iHeart's like, nope, not going to Orlando. So I think iHeart comes back. Precious. Do you guys like Precious? You think that's something that we just let him walk? That's something that we can go after. You guys like Precious? You think he brings something?
Precious, I would love to keep Precious because I like what he did. He's a New Yorker, and I don't know what happened to him because he wasn't all the way, consistent. I mean, he had some good games. He saved us, I think, one game at the end there with his rebound, and I like him because of that. But he wasn't just he kind of like faded a little bit towards the end. I don't think we pay him a whole lot of money. We waived him to see if anybody picks him up. People might pick him up. If they like what they see when he played the last, or maybe he just faded because he didn't want anybody picking him up and he wants to stay in New York. And maybe
I
we'll
think they
pick
want to
him
see.
up again.
I think before they make him any money, they probably want to see what he's worth. Instead of giving him the 6 mil, maybe you give him a 3 year, $12 million, something like they did with Jericho. Or you can either get a 1 year 6, or you can get a 3 year
Did they do
12.
that with Jericho?
Yeah, Jericho got like 3 years, 13 mil,
But
something
when we
like
were
that.
in the beginning at first, when his first year wouldn't, we
No, the
we did
first year
shit
he
like
only
that.
got like 500,000 or something like that. He was like the
Well,
50 cent pick, so only made like 500K. This is his
it
first
was
big bag.
different
Yeah,
because
like
he was the rookie we drafted versus a guy that we traded.
yeah, we traded
But
for him.
he's a good decent player, man. I think people might pick him up. He might get a little bit more from somebody out there. you know.
Listen,
But
there's a lot.
hopefully iHeart comes to the table over there. They're in Eugene, Oregon, and he
Yeah,
comes to the table and offer and comes to the and tells them a high number. And they say they can't do it because OKC is gonna have to has a lot of guys who are gonna need extensions soon.
So, you know, maybe he comes with a high number and they say no, and you know, we'll see what happens in Orlando. And
We'll
you know, we
see.
still got a couple of days to go. So, you know,
But we'll see tonight, and I gotta go because my wife made dinner, and
yeah.
I gotta go
Word
eat
up.
dinner.
Why people make
So,
dinner? Good
hey,
night.
salute to you guys. Everybody in chat, we appreciate you. Knicks 100 GM, Coach Sayer 167, Keith Watkins, family. We appreciate you guys always checking in. We got mad love for you guys. Replay gang, you checking this out? Let us know. It's gonna be a wild week, so we're gonna see. More than likely, by the time we talk Friday again, something's gonna happen. We'll know more definite what's gonna happen. Salute to Johnny Harris, who just came in the trash. I mean the chat. Anyway, salute to you guys. Salute to everybody in the chat replay gang. We hope for you, Isaiah. We definitely want you. Whatever happens, we wish the best for you. We about this Knicks Nation. Let's go Knicks. So
Yeah,
it's
we
all a
also
little bit of
wish the best to Precious and all the other guys out there pending.
everybody.
Yeah.
Salute to IQ, get in the bag. Obadiah Toppin, get in the bag.
Yep.
Precious, hopefully you get the
Salutes,
bag or we can bring you guys back. But
salutes
we
to our
appreciate you
guys.
guys.
Please
But
like,
yeah,
please subscribe to the Organic Fanatic Show.
let's get
Thanks
us
for
a
the guys. Thanks for
500.
the
Let's get
chat.
us a
Shouts out.
500.
Yeah. Let's go
Appreciate you guys.
Knicks.